Hi, my name is Abby Shung. I'm a fifth-year PhD student at Duke University, and welcome to my poster titled Wait, Wait, Don't Tell Me, When Curiosity Prioritizes Process over Outcome. All right, so curiosity directs choice by assigning value to information, and we think a lot of the way that this value is constructed is around expected reductions in uncertainty. And prior work has actually demonstrated that curiosity predicts choice towards choosing the option with the most uncertainty, and also predicts this preference for immediate uncertainty reduction or resolution over prolonged uncertainty resolution. But we know that under more dynamic environments, such as watching sports or watching movies, that there seems to also be this preference for maximizing uncertainty or suspense. So you can kind of think about this of, feeling really excited or really curious to watch a new movie and feeling very sure that you don't want spoilers about this movie. And so we kind of, had this idea that the process of information could, like the way that information is revealed could also confer value. And so this kind of, came to this question of, is curiosity sensitive to the ways in which uncertainty is resolved, and particularly under this continuous information gathering environment? And so to examine this, we developed a pretty novel task where we have people watch these single line videos. And, so the participants started with a blank screen, and like a single line, we kind of draw a video over time. Periodically throughout those videos, we would ask participants to rate their curiosity. So how much do you want to know what the outcome of the drawing is going to be? We also had them rate on how confident they were that they knew what the image was, and to provide a guess. So, an actual written response about what they thought the video would turn into. After they filled out these ratings, they were given the choice. They could either continue watching the video as is, or they could stop the video and move on to the next trial. And crucially, we manipulated this stop the video and move on to the next trial in two ways between our participants. In one condition, we call this the move on to the next condition. If participants wanted to stop the video and move on to the next trial, information seeking was kind of like cut off or aborted. They received no more information about the identity of the drawing. They answered some questions afterwards, and then they were moved to the next trial. And then in our other condition, what we call the shortcut to the end condition, the participants could make that same choice to stop and move to the next trial. But on these trials, or in this condition, they were actually transported to the end of the video. So they got, 100% information reveal all at once. And so we were interested in kind of understanding how curiosity was related to these types of information seeking choices across these two different conditions. And to provide a little bit more of an intuition for what these videos look like, I can show you an example. So on the top panel right here, you're going to see a video of one of our stimulus. So it's going to be a single line drawing over, evolving over time. And in the bottom panel, you're going to see two lines that are also going to evolve with this video. The red dots will indicate how many people have correctly identified the video. And so this is just going to be accumulating raw number. And then the gray dots will represent how many people decided to end the video early. So to stop and move on. We haven't actually discriminated between our two conditions in this. This is just an example to kind of show you what participants we're looking at. So as you can see, the line's going to be unfolding. You can tell that not a lot of people, know what's going on right now. But you can still see that some people are stopping, even though they, presumably don't have the right answer. And then kind of right around here, you might start to figure out that it's a dog. And you can see kind of that's reflected in the number of correct guesses as well, where the line kind of steeply moves up, when the video is about 80% done. So with that in mind, we'll move on to kind of understanding some general elements of this task in terms of, what was it like, and generally how did people navigate? So we start by comparing our two conditions, our move on to the next and our shortcut to the end condition. And we can see that there are significantly more times in the move on to the next condition where people are continuing with that video. Said a different way, the people who had the shortcut to the end tended to end their videos earlier and more often. We can also see that information seeking is related to some of our measures of both kind of global uncertainty. So in the left panel right here, you can see that the probability of continuing to watch the video increases with increasing entropy. So how much kind of variance there is in understanding what the video is going to become. And we can also see that information seeking is sensitive to more participant level kind of factors or features of uncertainty. So we can see that the probability of continuing to watch the video decreases the higher your confidence that you know what the video is. And we can also see that with guessing accuracy. So if you are reporting incorrect guesses, your probability of continuing to watch the video is higher than if you are correctly reporting guesses. And so these, make sense. So onto our main hypotheses of how curiosity directs information seeking. So for our abort and move on to the next, we had the hypothesis of that curiosity would predict increasing probability of continuing to watch these videos. So essentially, when you only had the option to stop your information gathering and move on to the next trial, if you were super curious, you wouldn't want to do that. The real kind of challenge comes with our second condition, our take the shortcut to the end condition. And so when the alternative provides immediate resolution to the drawing's identity, we thought that, if curiosity was purely focused on outcome resolution, then curiosity would decrease the probability of continuing to watch. So essentially, you would want that information immediately. You wouldn't want to wait for it. Conversely, if curiosity values the process of information seeking, curiosity will increase the probability of continuing to watch the video. So if there's something kind of valuable about seeing these videos unfold over time, then curiosity should map on with probability of continuing to watch. And so what do we find? That indeed curiosity predicts suspending uncertainty. So curiosity tracks with continuing to watch across both conditions, even when the alternative reveals the drawing immediately. So our results here demonstrate that curiosity is valuing the process of information gathering over just the outcome. And importantly, so the way that we kind of constructed these models were all mixed effects models with subject as a random intercept. And these models included additional coefficients, including confidence, guessing accuracy, time, and entropy. And so this leads us to kind of wonder, why might process matter? Why do people actually engage with, watching these videos if they're really curious? Why don't they just go to the end? And so we're still kind of up in the air on this, but exploratory analyses looking at the shortcut condition only suggests that continuing to watch these videos increases the end satisfaction that you get with that video. It also increases the kind of how appealing you rate that image. And interestingly, it perpetuates curiosity for the next video. So at the end of each video, part of these post-video questions, we ask participants how curious they are about watching the upcoming video, the video that they have no information about. And we can see if you are continuing to watch the videos till the very end, that kind of upcoming curiosity also increases as opposed to taking shortcuts. We do also see that that stopping videos early in our shortcut condition as opposed to continuing leads to more surprise. And this kind of makes sense. You kind of receive all that information at once. And so that might be more surprising than if you were able to follow the video along and identify the item, prior to the end. So taking all of this, we show here that under continuous information gathering, curiosity predicts sustaining rather than resolving ambiguity sooner. And what this tells us is that curiosity not only confers value to information itself, but also influences our preferences for how we arrive at that information. And so there could be limits on the idea of curiosity as, a drive towards immediate uncertainty resolution, and kind of points to reward value inherent in the process of discovery as an important factor in understanding non-instrumental information seeking. So we have many directions that we can go from here. For me, the most interesting is, what makes up the value of process? How are we actually assigning the process of information gathering, some sort of value estimate, and what goes into that value estimate? And similarly, why does this process of information gathering confer value? So it can kind of we have exploratory results about, it leading to increased satisfaction, but does it actually benefit learning and memory for this sought after information? So thank you so much for listening along. Feel free to drop a note or send me an email if you have questions. I'll be around to answer them for the duration of the conference. Thanks.